Golly, that summertime vibe is something special. It's something you humbly just cannot beat, especially with a gang of homies with you. Another thing to amplify that? Super Mario Sunshine. The peak of classy 3D Mario fun. Odyssey's close, but Sunshine, it just got that atmosphere. It just got that tropical scene. Them groovy, bouncy tropical sounds. That movement. Yeesh! Now once again, us, the Mr. Breakfast crew, pull up to drop this video on a Slam Jam classic. Now join me as we cover Mr. Nintendo's absolute peak.
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
Now, when I'm playing a humble Mario game, the atmosphere and the vibe of the whole ordeal isn't really one of the stars of the show. Maybe Galaxy 1 with its booming orchestra going on, it kinda cinematic and all, but nothing compare with the abundance of foreign land that is Isle Delfino. It got everything in an amazing vacation spot. Scorching sand everywhere, palm trees, the townspeople in funky Hawaiian shirts, the whole shebang is there. And it all helped the bodacious tropical scene Mr. Nintendo was going for in this game, man. A neat thing that I really like is that once you wrap up the game and get the shirt fit with the shades, it actually dims down the brightness because of said shades on Mario's face. It's nice attention to detail, and it just exemplifies how summery the sun be hidden. But on top of all of that, the wondrous tropical OST of this game also helped with the atmosphere. For example, Gelato Beach's track. The main instrument be a steel pan, going on and on with other backing instruments. And with those types of instruments, in my humble opinion, it instantly clicked with beachy fun times. And you got other stuff in the OST, like Pianta Village Festival, that plays around the last couple of shines you got in Pianta Village, because the dude's celebrating that you got rid of that goopy inferno, them fiery chain jumps, etc. And it's a real fun and sweet track, like all the OST, golly. The way they mix and blend the OST and the atmosphere with the various tropical, bouncy instruments is so buttery smooth, just like them controls. Just the way Nintendo perfects Mario's movement and feel, man. The way you crack a spin jump just right to safely land. Side note, spin jumps have never hit half as hard as they do in Sunshine. Especially with how ass it feels to do in 3D World. The amount of times a wavy somersault saved me in the secret courses, golly. You can even spray water in front of Mario and slide. It's like a sense. Hold on, I can't pronounce that, wait a minute. There we go. Anyway, back to topic. It's like a clean wave in the ocean with how fluid, smooth, and responsive it is. And I truly believe that no Mario game will ever top this in terms of feel and movement. It's just that darn good. The feeling you have performing all these actions is so fun and fluid that you are almost alienated, fucking whiplashed once you hop on Mario Galaxy's super duper restrictive movement. I mean, like, yeah, you got the long jump back, but was it really worth it to throw everything that Sunshine had already cooked up out of the window? Dude like me thinks not, and I love Galaxy. The elephant in the room in this movement and control chit chat is FLUDD. Now, from what I've seen, you either love it or hate it, and a humble man like me, I love little bro FLUDD. It's a gimmick, yeah, sure, but y'all ain't gonna talk about how that spinny shit from Galaxy ain't a whole gimmick as well. A gimmick that, mind you, don't add half the amount of depths in gameplay as FLUDD does. I just love how versatile the thing is. You can spin jump then spray water everywhere to cover more ground, or switch to the hover nozzle to save you from impending doom. And once again, just like Ball's famous ball sandwich, it perfectly smooths to control and just toy with. Especially the feels you get with the notches on the Gamecube controller, wallahi absolutely bonkers. While on the flip side, you got the other add-ons like the rocket nozzle and the turbo nozzle, which I wish had more use cause they're rad-ass concepts, but the game was rushed and all, I get it. What I think could have at least been a function is to use them in levels once you unlock them. For example, I think it could have saved my bacon a dozen times over if I had the rocket nozzle in Rico Harbor. But I feel like that can only work if Mr. Nintendo over there gave you the ability to switch through the nozzles on the D-pad like no DMC style switching. But what's the point of talking all this mumbo jumbo about controls and movement if we ain't gonna hop on the levels? Now this finna be the juicy Lucy part of this whole video, so y'all care for a tubular ad break? Capri Sun be the sponsor of this video, and personally, a good juice goes a long way in this scorching summer heat. The classic fruit drinks that got peak mango and strawberry juice, Capri Sun got you covered when you out there grinding them afternoon hours in the summertime. That shit is so good, flavorful, and juicy that it finna make you feel like you playing DMC3 for the first all over again. You humbly can't find something as good. But the specialty gotta be the cocktail flavor. That's so squeaky clean, fresh. You can taste the dude hand who squeezed the juices, golly. So, I recommend Capri Sun to everyone and anyone. Unless you know Boo Boo El Marai Dick Muncher, which at that point, you probably a whole Danganronpa fan with 0 showers on your record with that fake ass, artificial ass flavor. So snag a buddy and some ice cold Capri Sun and get to sippin'. Bianco Hills is a good starter level. You go in chasing Shadow Mario, boom boom, you in a rush, but as soon as you win, you slide on the water, which I feel, for newcomers, it helped teaches a slick new move that wasn't in 64. A, sliding on water gains extra speed, and B, you can now jump out of a slide at any time, which is real nice for gaining and controlling speed. Not only all that, but this is a seed for making the player get used to what's to come. Like, Shine 1, fight Polluted Piranha, snag the Shine. Shine 2, fight Petey Piranha, snag Shine. Shine 3, the first secret course. A real good intro to secret courses and introduces levels without the use of FLUDD, but pure platforming goodness. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Not too hard, not too easy, like the original hot flavor from Wingstop. So you get the point? Good. All of these are fun to do and are really good to allow the player to experiment in an intro level. Even though the second Petey Piranha fight is hella annoying. Rico Harbor one of the more charming ones. But hey, they all are pretty charming. But something about Rico's track makes you feel like you've been to a place like that before, and ensues a feeling of nostalgia, whenever I play it at least. It got that Gamecube tang more so than the other levels, if you catch my drift. But anyways, moving forward, I want to focus on the surfing levels more so, cause you got a couple of charming levels like the Secret Shine of Rico Tower, but not much we can talk about that we haven't already discussed. But we do have 2 Gooper blooper fights, which are pretty basic. But it shows that dude like Bowser fat ass quite literally terrorizing the residents of Isle Delfino. Cause you can see the dude is coming out of shipment containers. Which, Mr. Nintendo? Allegory for the bad effects of tourism? Regardless, the surfing levels are some fun stuff, even though they do be a load of junk sometimes. But hey pal, that's my junk. And I'm all over it. The feel of it is really fun, especially when you have max speed and get all the red coins casually. It's pretty fun and charming, but it's stupid design once you touch anything by the slightest, and you fold like sands during exams at EAS. Gelato Beach is when this game go from a wavy 9 out of 10 to my top 5 of all time. The fun dial just gets cranked up to 12 with how fun these levels be, and it still ain't my favorite, but you kick it off with a secret course, nothing fancy schmancy, but it's a little more simplistic compared to the previous ones. But the shine after, Mirror Madness, has a funky way of utilizing the game's physics. By spraying water to the cataquacks on the mirror shits, then going to the top of the thing and doing a ground pound to send them bastards flying. It's satisfying. And then you got the Wiggler, which is pretty simple but fun since you get to spray shits in the ground and they turn into a fucking sand castle to take this bitch down. And then, boy oh boy, you got Sandbird, which, humbly, I like more than others, but you gonna need some patience. It's fun to grab them red coins and then when it tilts to stay on its side, hip. I ain't sure, but you get the idea. Now if you're trying to collect the blue coins in that level, Allah help you, my good buddy. But you stupid in the first place for collecting the blue coins. After that, you got the GOAT, Piantissimo's first appearance, Golly. Oh, it's just a race, we do not care. Piantissimo literally spinball and I love it, Habibi. Final thing I want to touch on before we move on, the environment of Gelato Beach. It's just gorgeous to me. Scorching sand, palm trees, the glistening ocean. It's like the encapsulation of that summertime vibe. And it really helps make this tropical resort feel real and lived in. Now, Mr. Cape here, he wrote the script, by the way. I only wrote Noki Bay. He has completely dissed on Pina Park. Like, seriously. The man wrote, like, 1 sentence. So, I don't think I want to read this sentence. Instead, what I'll do is say that it's a good level, and this dude a hater for no reason. I do agree that the actual level scene is worse than the level scene outside the park itself. Serena Beach is a funky one. It's like the middle child of all the levels in Mario Sunshine. I like it, but it also got some stinky dinky unwashed ass in there as well. Casino. But other than that, Hotel Resort is so cool, man. And the Shine with Yoshi, I really love it. It's such a novel concept, and it's handled much better than Peanut Park was its theme park. You go through the whole thing and it's designed well, having the player explore everywhere to grab a shine that you can see through the pool glass. But Casino bring it down as a whole. Now I ain't really want to talk about Casino, but it's just some boo-boo, time-consuming, and it's literally just luck-based. Now, humbly, Sans wrote this, but me, I always just do the skip because it's easy and it literally saves you a cool 30 minutes. The Manta Storm Shine is really lovely because you just spraying that bitch down and it can get tight, but it's just fun to go ooga booga and wind down with the feel of the Gamecube triggers. Golly! The Scrubbing Serena Beach Shine, you gotta love community service, pal. Most of these are straightforward, just get right to it type of deal. And I like that, but the casino shits just bog it down, man. But I will say the ambience from the sunset just give it that certain vibe that ain't really anywhere. It's real good vibes. Whoo boy. The Sans favorite, which might be controversial, but he loves this level. Now, in my humble opinion, I love all of Sunshine, but to me, this where it peaks along with Noki. Firstly, I want to talk about the Pianta Village vibe / atmosphere, because it really is that at its peak. The palm trees, the festival, the chain shops as pets, the townsfolk having parties once you save all of them near the end of the level. It all elevates that feeling of a summertime vibe, me thinks. It has a Piantissimo level again, very classy. I feel like because we all love Little Guy out here, and it's probably the most challenging one. But, you got Goopy's Inferno, which a whole groove fest ass level in my humble opinion. It hit you with no flood in a non-secret course level, which is real nice to do like me. And on a level design perspective, as it makes the player think outside the box, and you have a myriad of ways to get flood back and snag the shine. For example, you can do it normally, or you can run on the railing thing and walk all the way to it, or you can go to the edge of the cliff, shimmy all the way up the palm tree, and spin jump to get flood and grab the shine. It has a super charming vibe with the aforementioned atmosphere they built up, and the abundance of it in Pianta Village. Next is the giant chain shop, which is a real sweet one to me. I don't know why y'all hate on it so much. It a charmer to me. I ain't sure why, but the music when you just trying to get dude in a bass evokes some warm, fuzzy feeling, bro. Golly, Nintendo, how y'all do this? Alright. Now you listen here, pal. Shuckster fucking sucks mega monkey balls. No super. But once you play the game enough, you know how to do it well. But if you're going for speed, it's a fucking ball breaker. It will genuinely bring out the worst in you. That's all I'ma say. Piantas in Need is basically the same feeling I have with the chain shop and the bass level, but it absolutely bonkers how many small yet humble levels they got that are filled with charm and the Gamecube tang. Everything they built up in the game peaked here along with Noki. Ya Allah, man, I love this game. Noki fucking Bay, ladies and gentlemen. The best level of them all. It also the final full level, but that's kinda irrelevant. Listen, dog, I ain't sure what to say besides it's the crispiest, most well-designed level of them all. There are literally no bad main game shines. Even Pianta got chucksters. But here, nah. Back to back bangers. Golly! Not only that, but the level itself just got a nice, humble vibe to it. The general structure is very simple, and the shines are all very straightforward, just do this kind of shrines. To add to this, you got a very nice, simple, calming track playing that I ain't sure, Holmes. It just leads me to play at my best each and every time I hop in. There no bullshit, and that's what I love about it. Just cause there ain't much going on, don't mean the shines is boring either. Don't get it twisted. Now the first few shines just follow this little plot about how the water is polluted in the bay, and in the end you fight no purple Thanos looking ass eel with a clean PSA about brushing your teeth. Huh, ain't it weird that the two best levels both got no PSA? Regardless, then the next few shines just a fun mess around in the bay. Plus Spinball, aka Piantissimo, show up. Anyway, I ain't got much else to say beyond it, just a nice, simple playground with fun-ass shines, and a real cool relaxer after all the other levels and before the finale.
Well, that done wraps up most of what we gotta say. I said this is pretty squeaky clean for a second drop, and this is the Mr. Breakfast game too. Plus, the way we done do a whole race before cooking up the script for this. In the script that I'm reading right now, Bush point out that I beat Sans. Listen, none of us beat that fucking race. I rage quit it. Fuck the Chucksters, bro. That shit got me like no Cookie Monster, the way he be crumbling all them cookies. But yeah, other than that, I'm not sure what to say other than stay tuned for more Breakfast Crew shenanigans. I feel like I should cook up some for the summertime. We don't want no drought in the Mr. Breakfast channel. Bush definitely got some cooking up for y'all, especially in the later end of the year. And Bobo might do some cooking videos. Stay tuned for that. The Mr. Breakfast ass recipes. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Till the next time the ball drop. See ya.
In conclusion, this game, the peak of all peaks, and no other 3D platformer outside of Mario even come close to being this good, Holmes. Also, I ain't sure if I mentioned the voice acting, but it goofy, especially the finale. But all is forgiven the second that staff credits scene kick in. Yeesh!